The media. Can they be trusted? Well, let me give you some stats. And work it all the way through. Thing is I had no expectation. All I want, and nothing ever felt right. This is my video. Well, I needed to go. Hey guys, I'm Kelly and I'm back to talk to you today about the media. Can they be trusted? Well, let me give you some stats. All right, so the oldest and largest media corporation is the Associated Press. And the New York Times is the most visited news outlet. The oldest and largest is AP, Associated Press. Most visited, New York Times. Then it's CNN, MSN, Fox News, and then Yahoo Finance. Those are the big whoppers, heavy hitters. And then there's, of course, social media, which is way less regulated. And what you really need to be able to discern what is garbage and what is not. Not easy to do, but, people like to glamorize their life and make it look the way they wished it was. Okay, so of the social media, we have Facebook number 1, YouTube's number 2, WhatsApp, which I've never used, so I don't know much about that, and then Instagram, and finally TikTok. And of that group, TikTok is the fastest growing. So I started thinking about this and I was like, oh, okay, well, who owns what? So of the social media, Meta, formerly known as Facebook, Facebook owns Instagram, WhatsApp, and Facebook Messenger. So the real issue I think I have with social media is this is what the next generation and the generation behind it is looking to for information, validation. They're going to compare themselves to what they see on there, and it's skewed. It's not accurate. It's not real life. I mean, not everything that you see on social media is, wrong or inaccurate, but it's made up. It's made up, for views. So that is the main problem that I have with social media is it's, for lack of a better word, grooming the next few generations. And you see how few people in the world are in control of these news media outlets. They are in control of the media. It's become it's a monopoly. It's a monopoly. And so should we believe the news? That is my question to myself. And honestly, to be honest, I stopped watching the news. It was so depressing, and I don't feel like I'm getting an accurate, objective point of view. I feel like I'm getting, they're cherry picking and they're weaving their narrative in it. And, I just feel like it's brainwashing. It's brainwashing people. The news is brainwashing people with their narrative. People that don't have the best intentions, or even if they do have good intentions. You gotta be careful of what you take in as fact, because it affects you. Everything that you take in as information. I would say, I'll just use myself as an example. I would say that be defensive. Be defensive and talk to your kids about what is really going on, like what they're looking at, and hopefully people can have these conversations so you don't have Tide Pod challenges and you don't have kids dying over these stupid social media things because it's glamorized. That's what it is. They make everything look glossy and, oh, I could get famous if I do this. No. That's the issue that I have with social media. And you really, really need to be very, very educated and choosy. So, I mean, even be discerning with me. I mean, I'm not, I use social media. There are good things to it. There's definitely good things to it. But like everything else, there is a downside. And when I'm speaking of social media and I'm speaking of traditional news, which is either, the news at night or a newspaper, or if you read it online, there's a lot of shit being shoveled. And it's an election year. Let's be real. That shit is going to get deeper and the shovels are going to get bigger. And so this is a good year to talk about it because everybody is pushing their agenda. And that's one of the things, that's what I want you to remember. Everybody has an agenda, and to really get good at this, you really have to learn to know what are people's intentions? What are they trying to do? And if they're negative or not, if it's using negative to push this narrative. So, it all goes down to politics. Everything is so politicized. It's paralyzing. If you've ever lived outside the States, and I have, you definitely get a fresh perspective on the news. You hear it differently. When you hear it from people, maybe they aren't objective, but they're not in the middle of it. They stand back and have a better view of things. And so, if you ever get outside the country, flip the news on and see what you think, because it's a different perspective. It's different. It's different. And it makes me, honestly, I don't even watch television. I just don't even, there's just so much garbage on TV. I just don't even want to spend my time that way. But the real reason I'm talking about this, and what I talk about on my channel here, and there's lots of information on how I did it, I developed and built my intuition. And that's why I'm talking about this, that the things that I helped heal myself, I believe you can get help from it too. There's lots of great videos on there. And it was just my experience of how I worked through some old baggage. And I don't know that there's anybody on the planet that doesn't have new baggage, old baggage, really old baggage that you need to clear out. It's just a good thing. It's just a good tool in your toolkit. So the main reason is take a look at some of my intuition videos, because once you develop, it's really getting to know yourself and trusting those little nudges that pop in your head, like, don't do that. Don't use that door. Go left. Once you develop that bond and that trust within yourself, that intuition to your higher self, your guides, your spirit guides that want to see you be safe, they will. You do have free will, but it's up to you to make the final decision. But once you've built that intuition, it is not hard to discern things. It is not hard to make decisions because you trust yourself. You trust the information you're getting, and it gives you confidence in the decisions you make. And I feel like this intuition is something that can help you in every single area of your life. And being able to discern when people are feeding you garbage or telling the truth is a huge win that will help you significantly in your life. So I just wanted to, throw that out there. I've been thinking about it. Come check out the videos in there. All the stuff I did, all the this stuff I used, and it really helped me a ton, and I hope it helps you a ton too. So that's what I got for you. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.